Hello, I'm Daniel Hill, and you might be a client of mine, or you might not be, but often clients who are working with me ask where they can find more information about the Enneagram. Now, these are two of my favourite books. This is a very, very easy book with cartoons in it called The Enneagram Made Easy. You'll recognise that cover when you find it online. If you search for it, you can also get it on Kindle. So it's Discover the 9 Types of People. They're the authors, Renee Barron and Elizabeth Wagler, and you can find that book. It's very, very simple. What I like about this book is this little thing here, which says, How to Get Along with Me. And you also have little balloons around people's heads, which gives examples of typical thoughts. There's typical thoughts of a 3 there. And it also gives practical suggestions and exercises, and I think there are 3. So there's relaxation and nurturing, work and relationships. Also for parents, what your type would never dream of doing, which I always find funny. So there you go, that's the first book. Pretty well read. And this one is my most read. It has actually turned yellow. I've used it so much over the last sort of 7 years, 7.5 years. It's coming apart, but that's lovingly having done so. I can see on there, it's literally yellow. It is my Bible, and I wouldn't be where I am today without it. It has helped me enormously personally, as well as phenomenally with clients. I can usually tell where types are, what's happening. It's very, very in-depth, but you can still simplify it. So you could just buy it just to read your own type. So here we are. For example, this is the type 1, the reformer, also known as the teacher, activist, crusader, moralist, perfectionist, or organizer. And out of the whole book, that is type 1. So you can see the thickness of the book, and that's how much it breaks down. So really you've only got these pages here per each type. Why is there so much more? Because this is an introduction to telling you how the Enneagram came into being. And then at the back of the book, so we go right through the types and we break the types about here. And this is tools for transformation. So here we are. So this section, which is fairly thick, about tools for transformation. So part 3. It was written by these guys, and one of them's now passed away, sadly, but written by Don Richard Riso and Russ Hudson. So this book is called The Wisdom of the Enneagram, the complete guide to psychological and spiritual growth for the 9 personality types. And there you have the transformation there going. I'm not sure what it is, but it's not an eagle out of the ashes, but it's a bird having transformed. And this is about reaching and going within, below the ego, or above, whichever way you consider that, and finding your essence, the essence of who you are, not the wanting to get to the ego that holds you back. And there you go. So 2 books, which I highly recommend. There's lots more books out there. I'd also recommend Helen Palmer's audio program as well, which I have. That's about £60, something like that. And that's 9 CDs. I think there's 2 CDs as an introduction and there's a conclusion. So that's 12 CDs in all. And that is very, very good. There's lots of other information out there on the internet. I've certainly uploaded quite a bit, but there's quite a bit more. Conscious TV has some nice interviews on it, where they go into every single Enneatype and they interview them, and they usually have about 3, and they're talking about their journey with it. So I'll leave you with that. Best wishes.